Why do I still play Destiny 2? A question I got hit with the other day that normally I wouldn't even bat an eye at, but these days, I don't know, things are really weird right now. The D2 community and Bungie have always had their little back and forth moments for sure, but lately the tension between Bungie and the community feels like it's very high. Astacross put out a behemoth video covering the history of Destiny 2's escalating game of Twister with microtransactions and the current state of D2 being a quote free-to-play game. Grenader Jake tweeted out a moment of honest anger after going up against the umpteenth team of cheaters over the weekend who have been doing it apparently forever without penalty. Dado put out a video going over his personal struggle with burnout, and social media has been ablaze with the ever-looming theory that Bungie has mentally checked out on Destiny and begun to focus all their efforts on the upcoming marathon. And if that team moved to marathon theory isn't true, by the way, that might be an even worse situation, as that would leave basically zero excuses for all the problems we've had in Season of the Deep so far. We still have server issues on the regular, and the other day apparently matchmaking just straight up didn't work for a while. So again, two questions I get fairly often: why am I still playing, and do I still enjoy playing Destiny? Well, I'll give you the copium answer in a minute, but before that, because I really wanted yesterday's 50 video to be ad-free, a pre-roll, and not the fun kind you get from the dispensary. Question: do you like to watch things that are animated, great, fantasy-focused, or entertaining AF? You do? Well, you should check out Raid: Call of the Arbiter, a limited animated series that you can literally watch for free, with new episodes dropping every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern all the way up until July 20th. Not gonna lie to you, I have a ton of shows I need to catch up on, but I was curious and checked out episode 1, as I did see it apparently had over 3 million views, and gotta say, I was impressed. I really dig lore backstory type content, and I'm interested to see what other champions they're gonna cover moving forward on this show. But to those of you out there who already play Raid, there's a lot of new stuff you can get right now that is tied to the show, including Artak, one of the 5 new characters from the show. They're actually a playable legendary champ in the game now. You can get them completely for free by just logging into Raid for 7 days between now and July 24th. If you haven't started playing yet, go ahead and use my link in the video description, or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now to get a free starter pack with this cool in-game loot. Big thank you once again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Alright, as promised before the copium, let's be brutally honest. I've given brief peeks behind the curtain about being a professional content creator occasionally on this channel before, and one very particular thing I've mentioned before that I'll say again: breaking into variety or flat out changing gears on YouTube is hard. Go to any YouTuber who mainly focuses on one game and check the views on any video they've posted that isn't the main game they cover. Odds are good that views on that video are going to be low. Now, that isn't to say that I only play Destiny because if I change games, views on my channel are guaranteed to go down and I'll be out on the street homeless. You might notice that every now and then a new game catches my eye and I'll do the content creator equivalent of a side quest and dive down a short little rabbit hole with whatever that game might be. And not to plug the same project twice in one video, but I really can't emphasize how much fun I've had with some of the 50 games videos I've put up on my channel ever since I started doing them. Even though many of the top performers in that series do involve Destiny, I've used them as an opportunity to branch out a little bit with my content. I would love for them to be more heavily featured moving forward on my channel, especially depending on what exactly happens with Destiny after we hit the final shape next year. The only problem is that I haven't really perfected the formula for producing 50 videos quickly yet. For example, 50 games of Counter-Strike took a phenomenal amount of time to put together, mainly because I simply can't focus on creating only that one video until it's done. It's more of a back burner type video that gets worked on when I'm not busy with regular channel content, aka D2 stuff, streaming, etc. And by the way, that's part of why every time a new 50 video comes out from me, I become so anxious about how they perform, because let me tell you, there is no shittier feeling as a content creator than when you've pumped weeks or even months of effort into a video only for it to fall flat on its ass and get outperformed on YouTube by the time you were trying to grind out your Polaris Lance Catalyst and realized you forgot to activate it. Side note, to anyone who has dug into my 50 games of playlist and watched all of them, including the ones that feature non-D2 content, you are literally above the rank of Chad in my book, and I am forever grateful. But yeah, sometimes going off the beaten path works out, and sometimes it doesn't. When you go off the beaten path and it works, literally the greatest feeling as a content creator. But as you can imagine, it's not always that easy. I'll repeat repeat what I briefly mentioned earlier. Sticking to one main game isn't only due to content creators trying to play it safe with their main game, although that's absolutely a part of it. Mtashed, a guy who helped me a ton throughout my weird voyage of being a YouTuber, eventually reached the point where he no longer felt the same way about Destiny and changed over to Genshin Impact. And while his Genshin views were already poppin' at the time, changing gears that drastically on his channel was still a big risk, but he made it work. He's now also swapped over again to Diablo, apparently, and while his viewership so far is a little bit less consistent than what Genshin was pulling in, he's still proven, at least to me anyway, that it is possible to change lanes on the YouTube highway without crashing and going down in flames on the side of the road while people point and laugh. And now, at long last, we get to the copium. Am I worried about the future of Destiny based on all the current problems going on with the game and the overall repetitive nature of the seasonal model? Yes. Do I think a lot of things need to change between now and the final shape? Yes. Am I worried about the future of Destiny based on Bungie giving more love and attention to their newest child, Marathon? Big yes. But despite all those fears, do I still enjoy the core of Destiny, the community I've built up over the years, and playing the game together with my friends? Damn it. Yes, I do. We're definitely in the thick of it right now, with the server still crapping the bed on the regular, the complications with microtransactions, armor and weapons routinely breaking, cheaters dumping on PvP, and all of those are very real problems, by the way, and there's absolutely no excuse for them to not get sorted out by Bungie, no matter how late we are in the life cycle of Destiny. But the fact of the matter is, I do still enjoy D2 at its core, and it's provided me with some of my favorite moments in gaming with people that I really enjoyed sharing those moments with. Day 1 raid completions, secret exotic quests, solo flawless dungeon completions, going flawless with your homies, in-game community events, and IRL meetups. Oh, I'll be at GCX this August, by the way, in Florida. Hope to see you there. All great stuff. And of course, I know that the experience of having good gaming moments with your friends isn't exclusively a Destiny thing, duh. But still, I've enjoyed the moments I've had with Destiny, and I'm hopeful that there are still more to come. Is it possible that Destiny could drag all the way up until and through the final shape, leaving all of us totally heartbroken and blue-balled? I mean, yeah, entirely possible, depending on exactly how they decide to do it all. And I guess also depending on whatever the hell they plan on showing at that upcoming Destiny showcase event thing in August. At the end of the day, I plan on just making content on whatever I'm having fun with. And despite the numerous problems, which I'm going to continue to be vocal about when I can, I'm still having fun with D2. If that changes, trust me, you'll be the first to know. For the moment, I still do think that with the right changes and motivation, Destiny could go into the final shape on a good note and end the Light Dark saga in a satisfying way, hopefully while recapturing some of the passion that brought us all here under this weird roof to begin with. Cope. Yeah, it might also just wilt like a dying flower left out in the sun. Please let me know how you feel down in the comment section. If you're having fun with D2 still, or if you're really digging another game, tell me what that is. Normal D2 content next week, I promise, including a deep side harmonizer, crafted weapon video, and more. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.